Swadee Krap and welcome to Thailand News Today, polishing off a few little edges on the program's format from today. Also got a new editing team working out of our Phuket office, and a big thanks to Kun Num, who's been editing the program for the last few months in Bangkok. But for now, a big shout out to Jerry. Thank you very much for becoming a Thaiger member, Jerry. Also, we've got our Thaiger Talk, which is where we've moved our comments section from the website to a new forum, which gives you a lot more opportunity to share threads and make comments and track what you've been saying. So I hope you enjoy and register with Thaiger Talk for your comments on our website. But for now, the main news stories from around Thailand. It's been rolled out successfully around the world for several months now, with a reportedly high efficacy rate, and now the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine has been approved in Thailand. The Thailand FDA has confirmed that the mRNA vaccine has been approved for emergency use in the kingdom. mRNA vaccines work by instructing cells in the body to make a protein known as a spike protein that triggers an immune response to the virus. This is different from most of the other older style vaccines. The FDA has now approved 6 COVID vaccines for use in Thailand. In addition to the Pfizer vaccine, the others are China's Coronavac from Sinovac and Sinopharm vaccines from China, AstraZeneca, the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and a second mRNA vaccine, Moderna. Yesterday it emerged that only 5 million doses of the Moderna vaccine have been ordered, half the number originally promised. Meanwhile, Thailand has placed an order for 20 million Pfizer doses, which are expected to arrive by the end of the year. The Sputnik V vaccine from Russia is currently under review by the local FDA. A number of airlines worldwide are participating in trials on a travel pass app from the International Air Transport Association, also known as IATA. As an example, at the Montreal Trudeau Airport in Canada, Air France is trialling the app for outbound flights until July the 15th, just one of a number of airlines testing the travel app globally. IATA says the app is designed to ease passenger concerns about travel and COVID-19 certification requirements. Passengers will be able to use the app to check the latest entry requirements for their latest destination. COVID-19 test results can also be sent directly to the app via partner laboratories. Documents related to a passenger's COVID-19 status can be stored securely on the app, allowing travellers to present them to airlines and airport authorities when requested. The next thing is to get immigration and health departments around the world to agree on rolling out the app as an international standard. We'll keep an eye on that story and pass that on to you as soon as we know. In what we're calling clumps in the sandbox, some minor hiccups have emerged just days before the reopening of Thailand for unvaccinated travellers, initially via Phuket. Well, here's some of the latest issues. There are 7 test centres being established around the island, and they'll charge 2,800 baht for the tests. The charge will be more if you go to general or private hospitals. The vaccine certificate's verification has got a few wrinkles in it, as there's no international protocol for these documents at this time, as we just mentioned. The president of the Phuket Tourism Association says we'll have to find ways to effectively authenticate certificates originating from a different system. Now, one thing that was quoted yesterday but has since been retracted was that visitors won't be allowed to stay with international guests in their hotel accommodation if they're not husband and wife. Well, we'll have to wait for some further clarification on that one. Of course, you can meet with them during the daytime anywhere else on the island. Now, the issue of which app will be used to track tourist movements is yet to be finalised. Thailand has previously used 2 different apps, the Morchana and the Thailand Plus apps. How officials will track people who don't own a smartphone isn't clear at this time. Finally, if a positive result is detected after a COVID test, a hotel manager who has passed special training will relocate the guest to a hospital. Now, how this will actually work in practice is yet to be tested. Bottom line, we simply have to wait for all the final details to be announced in the Royal Gazette. Hopefully that's tomorrow, or at least sometime before July the 1st. We'll keep you up to date with all the latest details on the Sandbox program to reopen Thailand at thetiger.com. Meanwhile, the Tourism Authority of Thailand has claimed that 1,500 people will indeed arrive in Phuket on July the 1st. The governor of the TAT said international flights scheduled to arrive in Phuket on the first day of reopening have 1,500 tickets booked so far. The island intends to welcome back the first international arrivals in over a year and 3 months with celebrations and festivities. TAT is inviting members of the international and local media as part of the Phuket opening. 200 members apparently throughout July. Well, somehow the invitation to the second largest English-speaking news outlet in the country has been lost in the mail. Promotions are also set to be launched to lure fully vaccinated Thai people to the holiday island to boost domestic tourism as well. TAT is creating special programs for vaccinated Thais to come to Phuket. The tourism promotion launching in Phuket is called Hug Thai, Chai Thai, Hug Travel. At least some positive news today, as Thai exports have surged nearly 42% during May, year on year, for the highest growth in almost 11 years. Exports totaling $23 billion USD were balanced by a 63% rise in imports to $22.3 billion, resulting in a positive trade balance of nearly $800 million. Thai exports grew in line with global economic recovery, especially in key markets like the US, China, Japan and Europe, where manufacturers' demand for raw materials and intermediate products is rising. The Thai export rise was driven by agricultural and processed food, work-from-home products and COVID-19 prevention products. Thailand has registered 44 new COVID-related deaths and 3,644 new infections over the past 24 hours. There were 3,482 cases in the general population and 162 among the prison inmates. Chonburi has had another bad day with 1 new COVID-related death plus 183 new infections announced for Friday, 55 of them infected by other family members. Out of the last 8 days, Chonburi, which includes Pattaya, 7 of those days have had over 100 infections. Well, a big thank you to everybody who's been watching our new Good Morning Thailand program. Had episode 25 today, and we're still sort of polishing up the edges and trying to make it a better program and getting through more of your questions and comments. We do it live every day. It's quite a hard job, but we're enjoying doing it, and we hope you're enjoying watching it. In the meantime, from all of us here at the Thaiger, please have a fantastic weekend, and we look forward to speaking to you again next week.